Hi Homeworthy, I'm Ariel Kaye. Welcome to my home. I'd love to show you around.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
I'm Ariel Kaye, the founder of Parachute. We are a home lifestyle brand that extends beyond the bedroom. We make sheets, towels, all things cozy, and have been in business for about 11 years. We are currently in Mar Vista, which is a neighborhood in Los Angeles, and we are in my home. I moved here in 2021, and I would say the style is a bit eclectic. It is colorful. It is child-friendly. I have 2 little kids, and it's full of beautiful art and textures and color. And really, it's designed to be a perfect place to host, to entertain, to gather, and have fun. Welcome to my front sitting room. This area was designed to really be a place where we could all hang out, and there would be seating for many people. There's a fireplace here. It's a little bit more formal. I call it the adult hanging out area. I wanted it to feel kind of like a hotel lobby where you just relax, sit. There's plenty of different types of seating. It's a little bit of eclectic. We've got newer design pieces mixed with vintage and beautiful art. I don't spend nearly as much time here as I probably should, but it makes me smile every time I walk through the door. This coffee table was one of the first pieces that I fell in love with for the room and really became an anchor. It's designed by a Swedish designer named Louise Liljenkrantz, and I just love the organic shape. I love the size of it, and it's become a favorite in the home. This piece is by a Spanish artist named Armando Macias, and I love that it's got a plant and these chairs and kind of mimics the space. And I love just the color. It's very neutral, but these pops of orange, it felt like a perfect anchor piece in this room. And this piece of art over here I got from a vintage dealer in LA called Not For Sale, NFS, and I just was obsessed with the color from the moment I saw it and the texture. It's just such a beautiful piece. One of the first things we did when we moved into this house was replace all the light fixtures. Ladies and Gentlemen Studios made this sconce, or these sconces, and I just love the wave and the marble. The 3-dimensional element gives it some cool depth. And then over here we've got this Noguchi light, classic, really beautiful. And I just love the height. One of the things that we played around with a lot was proportions in the house, and so this piece added some height. This chair is the Play-Doh chair. I bought this chair at Stall & Bond, and I just love, again, the dimensions. It's small and kind of silly and very durable, but it's a fun shape and texture as well. These are fun vintage chairs. They're a man and a woman. I fell in love with them when I saw them and just thought they were the most playful way to enter into the home. And I love this print of these palm trees. It's just very LA. So the process of finding this home was pretty straightforward. In early 21, I had just had my second baby and was ready to find a home that I could grow into with 2 little kids, and knew that I wanted to be in Mar Vista, close to my family. I grew up in Los Angeles, and so this felt like the perfect neighborhood to call home. And I went to see this house on a Friday, went back to see it again on a Monday, and on Tuesday I had put in an offer and it was mine. It was the first house I saw. I fell in love with it instantly. It was a newer build, but I knew that I could bring so much character and richness into it, which I was really excited about. And it's been such a labor of love to make this house into a home. I worked with an interior designer named Sally Breer, and she is incredible. We originally met many, many years ago when she was designing a hotel in Silver Lake and used Parachute sheets. And at the time, it was the biggest deal for us. And we stayed in contact. She has 2 kids similar ages, and I knew that she would understand what it meant to create a house that was both beautiful and aesthetically pleasing, but also a place where kids could run around and nothing would be too precious or fragile, and really just be a place to be comfortable. So we worked together for about a year collecting a lot of really beautiful pieces. I knew I wanted to bring a lot of vintage elements and custom elements into the home because of the space and the proportions, but really just wanted to bring an old soul into this newer build. So that's what we did, and it was really the best experience ever and made me want to start all over once it was finished. Now I'll take you to the dining room. Follow me. So this is our dining area, and you'll see there's a lot of wood elements in the house. These built-ins were already here, and one way we decided to really make them feel more intentional and to create a different space in this open floor plan was to leather wrap. So this is a green leather, which I thought just really created a pop of color, but also created an intentionality around this room, despite it being next to the sitting room and next to the kitchen. Because I knew we would spend a lot of time here, I wanted to create this beautiful gallery wall of different types of art, and that was such a fun part of the house. Decorating was just finding these artists and finding pieces that really fit together, but also could stand on their own. Our designer, Sally Breer, made this table custom to fit the space. As you can see, it's quite large, and we really needed something to fill. This light is one of my favorite pieces in the home. It's by Paul Matter, and I just love the design. Again, it was one of the first pieces that we designed on and then anchored around, and it's always a conversation starter, which is fun. So one of the things that I love to have in my home is fresh flowers, and when I entertain, I love to throw flowers across the entire table. I have a mix of different plates, some that are vintage and found, some that are actually from Parachute, and I like to just create a very comfortable environment. These vintage chairs are reupholstered with mohair, which is actually an incredibly durable fabric, and I love the green, and you have no idea how many things have been spilled on these chairs, and you can never tell. I really love collecting things when I travel and to just have memories scattered throughout the home. So there's a bunch of smaller pieces across this credenza, this book from Monk, which is where I spent my birthday this past April in Japan, in Kyoto. This is a beautiful candle holder that we actually sold at Parachute. And then I've got a number of vintage candle holders that I found at flea markets, my daughter's incredible art, and a coaster from one of my favorite restaurants in Paris, some bowls and trinkets from Olive Atelier, which was one of my favorite stores in LA to collect beautiful antiques. But yeah, there's just a nice mix of items, and I like to mix this up a lot. There's constantly things moving, and yeah, I like to have fun with it and don't take it too seriously. Now let's go to my kitchen, which is just right over here. So the kitchen is definitely the heart of the home. Like in many homes, we spend a lot of time gathered around this oversized island, which I absolutely love. These are Stahl and Bond bar stools. Again, super durable. They're actually kind of metal, which is, they look more woven, but they're not. I love this. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's just silly. It's a fish, and I keep my fruit there. I spend a lot of time cooking, hosting. We've got this beautiful wolf range that came with the home. Very lucky. I do love it. Some of this art, and again, collected items from my travels. This is a Catherine Bradford print. I got this piece in a Paris flea market. Sake glasses from Japan. Coffee mugs from Justa, which is one of my favorite coffee shops and restaurants in LA. We've got this Sub-Zero fridge, which gives me a ton of anxiety because you can see the clear panel, and I'm always concerned that it looks messy in there. But yeah, this is the heart of the home. Lots of food, lots of snacks, lots of drinks, wine, and just fun happens here. So I do cook a decent amount, although my kids would say that I'm best at ordering in, which is really kind of them. But I love making soup. I'm a big soup gal, and especially as the months get colder, I love to have a huge pot of chili on the stove, and I just eat it for lunch and dinner for like a week and put it in the freezer and always have good soups around. One of the things that Sally pitched me on and I agreed would be fun are these globe lights, but in 2 different sizes. And I think it's just surprising and playful and adds a little bit of whimsy into the kitchen. The idea for Parachute came to be in 2012. I had this interior design blog. I was helping friends decorate their homes, and no one liked their sheets. I realized that everyone could tell me what store they went to buy their sheets, but no one could tell me the brand. And as someone who had worked in advertising, I saw this massive opportunity to create the first brand that focused on quality and comfort and took you out of the big box retailers where floor-to-ceiling stacked products that were made so poorly were the only option. And so that's what I did. I set out to build this brand, went to Europe, visited all these factories, and then moved back to LA to launch Parachute. Now let's go see the family room. Welcome to my family room. So this room is quite large, and I have always dreamed of having a gigantic U-shaped sofa that would allow everyone to lounge and be cozy and have their own space. And so we designed this custom sofa for the room, which is gigantic and fun and is always a crowd pleaser when people come over to hang out for movie nights. You know, there'll be 12 kids laying on the couch, and it's just a great place to relax. This was the first piece that I bought for this house. It is marble and weighs 1 million pounds and will never go anywhere, but it's beautiful. I love the color. And we use this color as a way to just think about the rest of the color in the room, the piping on the couch, the colors of the rug. It's a statement piece, and I just love it. And it's great for dancing on. You know, the kids can jump, and we have dance parties on there, so that's fun too. So finding a rug to fit the size of this room was next to impossible. It was quite the journey, but we did end up finding a rug that was vintage and that fit perfectly. And this type of rug and style of rug is just so durable. It wears well. It's really designed to be used and to be lived in. The colors continue to kind of fade and have a life of their own. And so it was the perfect rug for the space, but it took quite some time to find it. So these built-ins were here when I moved in. They had some shelves that came out into this space, which we took down to simplify the space. And again, much like in the dining room, we decided to just create some intentionality by painting the fronts of these cabinets. And so it just, I think, like, because there's so much wood in the home, it adds a nice stylistic element and just some visual interest. These perforated metal sconces are one of my favorite pieces in the home, and at night, when it's dark, they create and cast this beautiful shadow, which you can kind of slightly see here, but it's really beautiful at night. So behind the couch, we have this beautiful tree, which is huge in scale, and it's nice because you can see it from the very front of the house, and it's almost an architectural element and a piece of furniture. I love it. It's beautiful and striking and has been easy to take care of, which is also important. This is a really nice light from the Future Perfect. Again, at night, it's just like emulates this beautiful warmth, which is really nice. This piece by Strauss Burke La France is a showstopper in the home, and it's really special to me because I actually met Strauss in LA and spent time with him in his studio as he was creating the piece, fell in love with it, decided that I wanted it in my home, and watched the evolution of it really become finished. That was an experience I've never had before, and it just makes this piece all the more special. I gained a beautiful piece of art and a friend in the process. So when I first visited this house, I walked in and immediately fell in love with the floors. They remind me of a Parisian apartment, and they were 100% a selling point. I just think that they're the coolest. So this home is very open. I would say that we probably spend the most amount of time downstairs, flowing between the kitchen and the family room. I love to host, and so that's where people gather. But I love my bedroom and I love our playroom. They're both spaces that bring me so much joy. I love the way they're designed. I love that we can just lounge and play and relax, but it's hard to pick just one. me into our guest room office. So this room needed to be versatile, and it was really important to me that it could feel like an office and a place that I wanted to hang out, and then convert into a bedroom but didn't feel like a bedroom. So we created this day bed, which is a custom day bed in this beautiful rich green, and wrapped a mattress with this custom fabric that then we extended into these drapes. I love that it makes it feel like a jewel box and is just super unique and beautiful. And it's paired with these fun pillows that are easily removed and throw on a sheet and it's a bed, which is so nice for guests when they come. Around the room, we've got some vintage art, a vintage sconce, which has these beautiful little star holes in it, which again create a nice shadow on the walls. This is a really cool vintage chair that originally we planned on reupholstering, and then decided not to because we fell in love with it when it arrived. It's got a really interesting green back, and it just seemed to work perfectly as is. This is a cool table. It's actually an outdoor table, and I think that was one of the things I learned throughout the process, is not to just look for indoor furniture for indoor and outdoor furniture for outdoor, and just how easily you can mix and match and create cool texture. And this is a nice tile, which is very durable, and again, normally would be outside. This vintage wardrobe by a French designer, Guillaume et Chambron, is one of my favorite pieces in the home. I fell in love with the wood, but also these incredible handles and knobs. They're like a ceramic. It opens in a really chic way. Yeah. But it's great and just really special and old. And I love the old soul that some of these vintage pieces bring into the home. The walls are Roman clay, which we did in both this room as well as the primary bedroom. And it just creates this real richness and warmth in the space. These are pots from Olive Atelier. Again, collect a lot of cool, soulful, unique pieces from that store, which is based in LA, but you can also shop online. The rug is this really rich kind of burgundy red, similar to the tile. And I just love, again, the warmth that it brings into the room. We really wanted this space to feel like a jewel box and to be very cozy and inspiring. And the colors just so work together, which I love. And since I spend a lot of time in here, it's a nice perk. This is a desk by Hedge House, and we customized it by adding this black front, which I think adds just a nice touch. This mirror is by Future Perfect, and again, mirrors do a great job of just opening up the space and making a space feel larger than they are. So off of the guest room office, we have a guest bath. I love to make this bath feel as much like a hotel as possible for our guests. We've got our soft rib towels, which are my absolute favorite in the collection. And I just make sure to keep things, fully stocked, whether it's a travel toothbrush and toothpaste or a robe. I'm just all about making our guests feel like they never want to leave. When it comes to parachute, I find my inspiration everywhere and a lot outside. I find inspiration from my travels, from walks on the beach. We're really focused on texture and color, and so our color palette and the texture and the dimension that we bring to our products is really inspired from the things that we do, the places we travel, but our mood boards are fun. They, have everything from an ice cream cone in Italy to the perfect men's shirt. I mean, we are seeking inspiration everywhere and always keeping our eyes open. One season, I remember our head of product collected all these leaves, and we used leaves as inspiration to find the perfect green. So, we just keep our eyes open and seek inspiration wherever we are. Now I'll take you upstairs to show you the rest of the home. We're gonna stop at the playroom first, and along the way you'll see this beautiful window that is just full of trees and another big selling point for me in this home. Welcome to our playroom, which is easily the most fun room in the home. I had such a good time designing this with Sally. We really wanted it to be colorful, playful, to have great storage, and just be a place for kids to have their imagination flow and just enjoy and play and get messy. There's some really special pieces here. This Mario Bellini couch we found vintage with original 70s fabric, and normally this couch wouldn't work in a playroom, but because the fabric is so durable and dark, it's almost foolproof. Like there's just, you couldn't mess it up if you tried. And it's great for jumping. I like that it's low to the ground, and it's also nice because I have a direct eyesight of it from my bed, and it's just really cool. This table from Goody is made of all recycle and sustainable plastics. Highly recommend for kids, good for the environment, and also extremely durable and lightweight. We move it all around the house. This is a French antique coffee table, again for outside, brought it inside, and we've got some poofs that we used some custom fabric for from Nikki Kehoe. Again, played with different sizes of lights here with these sconces. We've got the double and the single, which is a nice play off of the kitchen lights downstairs. I love this piece. It's from the Pompidou, from an exhibit in 1977, and I just love how childlike and playful it is with the crocodile and the girls and the boys and the whole thing is just so fun to look at and is a perfect addition to the space. We custom designed this piece to hold storage and toys. My kids also climb up here. It's very durable, but lots of things, we're like always mixing in and out which toys are out, which is fun. It just gives kids some options. The space was just a white box, and we wanted to make it feel intentional and not just a landing of a. So when we moved in, this landing was just a landing, and it was large and made sense to become a playroom. To create a more intentional space, we put this wainscoting up, which just makes it feel like an actual room versus just a landing. And we've got some secret storage here, which is fun. It's pretty messy in there, but you get the point. My favorite home design tip is don't follow trends. I think the idea of trends is something that we need to just move past. I think it's really all about function and finding purposeful spaces that really speak to your lifestyle. There's so much inspiration out there, whether it's on Pinterest or Instagram or publications, and I think it's easy to get overwhelmed and inundated with sources of inspiration and trends, and my preference is just to follow your gut, and if you like something, you'll find a place for it in your home. Now we're gonna check out my bedroom, which is where I start and end every day, and it's also full of beautiful parachute products, which I'm excited to share with you all. So, the bed, this is our Canyon bed frame from Parachute. It's beautiful, amazing, obsessed with it. Under here is a Parachute mattress, which if you didn't know, we carry mattresses and they happen to be the best ever. They're so comfortable, ergonomic, made of New Zealand wool. We've got our new Java linen on the bed, which I think is just the perfect rich brown, which is such a popular color right now, but so grounding in the bedroom. In here, I've got some beautiful art, but I really tried to keep this space as clean and soft as possible. It's a place for reprieve, it's a place for quiet. This piece by Claire Grill is all of those things to me. It's very serene. I love the colors. It's something that I look at a lot from bed, and just truly love the size and all of the details. you can really see there's so much color in it when you get close. So I just switched the bedding up to include this new Java color that we have in the linen, which I love. Browns are so hot right now, and I think they really translate well into the bedroom. This is a lumbar pillow that we actually designed with Jake Arnold a few collections ago, and I just love it, so it's remained on the bed. And I actually layered 2 of our vintage linen throw blankets here because I love the colors, and so, you know, I just encourage people to have fun with their bedding. You know, this is not necessarily a traditional way to make your bed, but I think it looks great. So one of the perks of my job is that I get to switch up the bedding often and try new fabrics and try new colors together. Sometimes I love an all-white bedding. During the summer months, I love to have things lighter and brighter. And then during the winter months, I gravitate towards more rich colors. And because the room is so big, I didn't want to go too overboard with art. So on this wall, we decided to use this beautiful kind of oblong-shaped mirror from the Future Perfect, and it's got some interesting colors tinted to it, which also make you look beautiful. And this credenza is also from the Future Perfect, but I love, you know, the reflection that it gives, the art, the room. It just really ties it all together. Over here, we've got this Carlo Nasson light. It's glass. It had to be hand-built when it arrived, which was really nerve-wracking to watch, but they did a great job, and it just emanates beautiful warmth, which is so nice in the bedroom. This couch is Pierre Augustine Rose. It's my dream couch. It was so important to me that I got this couch. I've been fantasizing and dreaming about this couch, and I decided to put it in my bedroom so that I could enjoy it. And it's where I read, and it's just, I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It's a parachute throw, which makes it all the more cozy. This custom Calcutta coffee table was really fun to make. Sally and I went to a marble yard, found some scraps, and designed it together, which was so fun. It's a fun reminder that there's lots of fun scraps that can turn into all sorts of beautiful things. These blinds were here actually when I moved in, and decided to add these really cool valances to just make them feel more fun. I had never heard of a valance before I started the design process, and yeah, they add a pop, which I really love. We also have this outside area, which has a vintage settee, which we custom made this fabric. It's a great place to enjoy coffee in the morning, check out the views, the neighborhood. Here's some gardening. Real life. To me, home is your perfect reprieve. I look forward to being at home, to coming home, to spending time at home, and I'm happiest at home, and my friends and family know that. I am always welcoming people into my home and raising my hand to host because I just love being in the comfort of my home, but also watching people find comfort in my home and getting comfortable. You know, I think the best nights are when people come for dinner and then they linger for hours and they lose track of time because they're just so comfortable and enjoying themselves. So to me, home is just happiness, and it's just the place to be.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.